Hey everyone, it's Janet Leonard with Virtual Instructor, and today I'm going to talk about something that's really cool. It's an app called mmhmm, and so I'm going to show you some cool ways that you can use that. Now, this is in order to show this, I'm actually using two cameras, so I've never done this before, so bear with me. I think it's going to work. I've been testing it out. So right now, I'm coming to you live from using StreamYard, which is broadcasting it on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and LinkedIn Live. And I want to, before we get started on and I actually show you how to use it, let's go ahead and I want to show you how to see our next upcoming live. So get that out of the way and then we'll go into the fun stuff. All right, I'm going to share my screen. And this is, if you go to our website, VirtualInstructorcom, we do online software classes, but right now I'm going to focus on the Monday live event. So if you want to see every Monday, I'll be coming to you with about 15-20 minutes worth of some kind of cool tips or tricks, or in this case, a really cool program. So if you go over to our site, and then you'll notice if you click on that link, this is where I have the upcoming topics that I'm going to be doing. So today we're talking about and their latest program is called Chunky. So it's Chunky. So I'm going to show you how to use that. And then Microsoft is actually launching Windows 365 today. So next week, I'm going to talk to you about Windows 365. And then the following week, if you've ever wanted to create tables in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Outlook, and you don't want just plain old boring tables, there's a drawing feature. So I'll show you how to use that one. And then on August 23rd, I'm going to show you how to use Snagit. So a lot of you use some kind of snippet type tool. I love Snagit. I've been using it for years. So I'll show you all the cool things you can do with that. Alrighty, so now let's talk about the topic for today. That is Chunky. So you can get it at seriously, that's how they call it, app. And this is a really fun program. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to be starting to use it for both my Zooms and team meetings, and then also for creating videos that are a little more interesting. So you can get for free. And then they also have a business account, which if you pay the annual, it's $100. So it works out to like $8 something a month, or you can go with the business account at $10 a month. So, but you can do a lot with the free one. So I recommend giving it a try. Now, what will happen is you actually download this, and it's for both the Mac and the PC. So it's actually a program that you'll download and run on your computer. Alrighty, so when I'm getting ready to show you how to use I just want you to know that for video conferencing programs like Zoom or Teams, here's a list of all the different platforms that you can use based on the type of system you're using. Are you a Mac or your PC? And then sometimes you might have trouble on one of those two. So there are plugins for web apps. So just wanted you to know that. Alrighty, so now I'm going to stop share, and let me get back over into StreamYard. I have 4 monitors going on, so I'm just kind of moving around here. Alrighty, now I want to show you, take you into so you can see how that works. Now, I'm going to move my StreamYard over so that I can still see any chats or things like that. And now I need to go ahead and share my screen so you can see this program called and here we go. All righty. So we are now, you're looking at the program. Now I'm on the PC, and it looks very, very similar on the Mac, but just want to show you what's going on. If you're going to do a presentation or a video, whichever you prefer, you can actually load things up ahead of time. And then when you're doing your presentation, you can just switch from window to window. Now, before I do that, just so you know, you can actually record it. There's a little recording area, and it gives you a little countdown, 1, 2, 3, and then it starts recording, and it does a really nice job. So you can always edit the recording. It gives it to you in an MP4, so you can edit it in any program you want. So we are in and their newest version is called Chunky. So we're in Chunky, and right now you see my office, but I've loaded up a few things ahead of time. So I have these different windows up at the top. I'm going to click on this window. And when I do that, notice I show up with a different background and you see more of a silhouette rather than just the current background. So I'm going to show you how you can change these things. And it's really easy. Alrighty, so over at the right, there are two different tabs. One is for your room, and I'll show you how we can change that. And one is for the presenter. So currently, in the presenter area of the frame, I'm in the silhouette one. So I'm going to click on the one that shows me more the background. It's more of a square. And then what I can do is I can click on it and I can actually resize it. So I can make it smaller. I can move myself anywhere I want in here. And then they also have these anchor points. So I could anchor myself in the upper right corner, down in the bottom right corner, that sort of thing. And I can also make myself, put myself in like a little circle. And then the little circle, I can make that bigger or smaller. And of course, you can also click on it and make it bigger or smaller. Pretty fun, huh? Pretty darn easy as well. Okay, I'm going to shrink myself a little bit. And then what's kind of fun, you also have a fade. So I can fade myself out and then I can fade myself in if I wanted to. All right, so I'm going to kind of move myself over in this area now. And if you notice, if I'm moving around, the circle stays pretty much stagnant or in place. But it's not following me. You can see that. All right, if I go up toward the upper right, there's a little checkbox called Track Me. If I turn that on, now as I move around, the little circle follows me. And I think it works the same way with the square. So let's just see. No, maybe not. So it looks like it's with the circle. Hadn't tested that one out yet. Alrighty, so that's kind of fun. And if you notice, I've got this fun background going on. And I'm going to go back to the silhouette. So, and I'll put myself down here. Alrighty, so I'm talking, and then I could actually point to now it's in the mirror, so I better use this hand. Look at the great fireworks, yay! So that's kind of fun. So you can actually interact with what's going on in the background. And I've loaded up a couple things that I might want to have in my presentation. So over toward the bottom left, it's kind of tiny right now, but there's a little icon where you can add text, and I did add some text already. There's a little icon where you can add images or videos, and I added a little video. And then there's one for sharing your screen, which I'll do in just a little bit. And then there's an icon where you can import in your PowerPoint, PDF, keynotes, that sort of thing. Alrighty, so right now I'm going to go ahead and show you this text. So watch what happens. I'm going to click on it, but nothing shows up. That's because I get to control where things show up over here. So if I put this on shoulder, you see how it shows up just above my shoulder. If I go to full, takes up the full screen. So this is a pretty fun way where you can kind of have some interaction already planned with your audience, whether you're doing this live on Zoom or Teams, or if you're doing a video. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a video. I'll click on this video here. And this is a little video we have. It's something that was actually recorded from one of our classes. So I'm going to go ahead and make it full. And then let's go ahead and play it. I'll just play a teeny bit just so you can see. Hopefully you can hear it. So these people are from an actual class, but look how cool this is. I'm actually sitting in front of the video. I could be talking about it. All right, so I'm just going to have you listen to a little bit more because there's this one funny part.
I mean, this is just absolutely inane. You know, and it's so funny. It's so, I've been so arrogant. I was thinking, oh, that 101 class, I'm beyond that.
This is pretty good coming up.
I learned like a million things that I never knew. And for years, I've been saying, oh, it's not worth taking a class because I pretty much know what I'm doing. You know, I can figure it out, but
all right, I'll stop the video now. It's kind of fun. They were just like, I can't believe how much I learned in my class, but that's just a fun little video. But see how I was able to bring the video up. Now I can turn the video off by just clicking on slides off. And then what if I decide I want to have a different background? Then all I have to do is go up to rooms and they already have a whole bunch of backgrounds. So I'll just click on a few of them so you can see. Now, one thing you do need to be aware of, oh, that's funny. They put me in the bubble. I hadn't tried this one before. One thing you need to be aware of is whatever kind of top you're wearing. I initially had a black top on and it was just blending and everything. So I went with orange. You can see I look a little transparent over here, but let's scroll on down, and I'm going to go into the gem tree. That's kind of a fun one. And then what if I say, you know what, I want something else? So I can go up to this more rooms, click on that, and there's a whole bunch of rooms. By the way, you can add whatever you want, but you've got the new ones. They've got a theme. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the weather report one. This is kind of fun. So when I click on that, I'll just add it. And then I just close this and it comes over into my rooms area. So then I'll just click over here on weather report and look at that. And see those raindrops? That's actually a little effect that you can add. So I'm going to go over to presenter, and this really just these two places that you go. I'll go to presenter, and down toward the middle right, you'll see effects. So right now it's on the rain effect. So I'm going to turn off the effect. Now I'm just, in the hurricane. And this is kind of fun. You can make it look like you're in an old time movie. You can kind of change some. I'm becoming more black and white. I can change the kind of look a little strange there. I'll put it back on the raindrops, and then I'll go back to no effects. So you got some kind of fun things that you can do with these different things going on. All right, just a little bit more to show you, and then we'll wrap up for today's demo on Chunky. And if you notice, I have another tab up here. So I loaded a few other things, and look at that. I'm already automatically in another room, and I've resized myself ahead of time so that when I switch, and just for fun, I'll switch between the different screens or windows. So look how you can plan this ahead of time, and it's so easy just to switch. Okay, we'll go back over to here because I loaded up a PDF for you to see. When you load up a PDF, it automatically puts it in a new window, but that's all right. It's so easy to switch, right? So I'll go ahead and put this off my shoulder at first, and then I'll make it full. So this is just a little downloadable PDF that we have. And what's kind of neat about this is, let's say I want to focus on something, but it's not as big as I'd like it to be for the audience. So I could go over to presenter, and then in the pointer area, they have all these different pointers, but there's a magnifying glass. So if I click on the magnifying glass, then you can come on down. I'll make it a circle and 3 times as big. So check it out. Then I can go over and I can highlight over something so you could actually read it a little bit better. So if you had like a game or something, you could be looking around to see what's going on. Then all I have to do is come back over, turn off the pointer, and it's back to normal. Alrighty, the last thing I'm going to show you is how, and notice right now I've got it on full. So what's neat is if you have loaded up things on a particular window and you want to just go from one to the other, then I'm going to go to sharing an Excel spreadsheet. So I've loaded this up already, and now here's my Excel spreadsheet. And again, I'm in front of the spreadsheet. And then I'm just going to go over to the spreadsheet right now, and I'll just hold down the control key and tap the home key, and you'll see it moves me back up to cell A1. And then I could select things if I wanted to. I could change the color, and you actually are seeing me work on the actual spreadsheet itself. And again, you can always change the way the presenter is looking. Or if I thought I don't really need to be here, I could just fade myself out and just talk about the program, and then fade myself in back when I'm ready to talk about it or go on to another subject. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing in and we'll pop back over to StreamYard. So we're back to the regular streaming. So hopefully that gave you some ideas of this fun program, again, called and their latest version is called Chunky. And I'm going to go back and share one more screen, and then we'll wrap up for this little video talk. And I'll go back over to my PowerPoint, which I think is over here. All right. So in PowerPoint, I'm just going to go over to the last slide. And if you notice, oops, last slide, in case you are interested in the link on how to get over, again, it's just app, but they also have some cool little help videos to give you some other ideas on how to use it. Or if you want to be notified the next time the different talks that I'll be doing on Mondays, then you can go to virtualinstructor.com and you can either click on the link on the homepage or go to Monday-live-calendar and sign up. And then I will send you out a link about an hour before the lives, just to remind you of what we have. And if there's any cool little step-by-steps or shortcuts, then I'll send a follow-up email after the broadcast. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And go check that out, that app. It's a pretty fun program, and I think you'll find it's pretty easy to set up, and boy, it can make your presentations a lot more interesting. Have a great day.